Do you know there are more than 400 million diabetics worldwide, and majority of that burden is brought about by India and China. Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. This is the second time I'm recording this video because I made it and then I showed it to my husband and he was like, it's a little bit too technical for me to understand. So that really broke my heart, but here I am doing it again, and I hope I'm able to help you understand some things around diabetes and break to you what exactly is making you diabetic. So let's get started. So first thing you need to know is about your genetics. And when I say genetics, by that I mean that first degree relative of a diabetic patient, they are 10 to 15 times more likely to get diabetes in their lifetime as compared to normal population. So I think it's very important for all of us to be aware about our family history so you can make necessary changes from beginning itself. And sometimes we can delay the diagnosis and even prevent it from happening altogether. Number two is, of course, being obese or overweight. We all know that these things are associated with increased risk of heart disease, hypertension, and not just diabetes. But the obesity that is even more harmful for us is the one that accumulates around our abdomen, belly, and abdominal organ, because that is more likely to put you at risk of becoming diabetic later on in future. Number three is how well you're sleeping, like literally. So there's something called a circadian rhythm, which manages your sleep-wake cycle, and it also maintains a lot of hormones, their action and secretion. Insulin is one such hormone that is dependent on your circadian rhythm. So if someone is having a disturbed circadian rhythm for consistently over a long period of time, they are at high risk for becoming diabetic later on in future. Number fourth is insulin resistance. If you don't know what it is simply the failure of certain organ to respond to insulin. And the organs like liver, fatty tissue, skeletal muscle, they respond to insulin normally and take up the excess glucose from bloodstream and neutralizes the blood glucose level. Now, when they become resistant to insulin, then the blood glucose level remain consistently high, and if that happens chronically over a long period of time, again, that puts you at risk for becoming diabetic in future. So, insulin resistance is associated with conditions like PCOS, or if someone leads a sedentary lifestyle. So, stay active as much as possible and try to prevent insulin resistance from happening. Last but not the least, I wanted to talk about beta cell dysfunction because as pathologist, it is very important for me to recognize the earliest change, the initial event that happens that goes on to present itself or manifest itself as a disease. And beta cell dysfunction is very, very important for anybody to become diabetic. I know it sounds a little technical, but beta cells are the cells that produces insulin, and it is very intricately related to insulin resistance. So what happens is whenever there is insulin resistance, the beta cell go on a overdrive of a sort and start producing more and more insulin until it eventually wones out. Of course, this is just one of the mechanisms. There are many other mechanisms that leads to beta cell dysfunction. So what is important for you to know is that you can stay insulin resistant for many, many years, but only when beta cell dysfunction happens is when you're going to get diabetes. So try to avoid the conditions that kind of pushes you towards being insulin resistant. I hope this video was helpful and hopefully made you understand a little bit about how the things that you're doing, how your environment, your lifestyle can put you at higher risk for becoming diabetic someday. I will try my best to share these things in future as well. Please share it with your family and friends. And if you have any questions, put them down below in the comment section. I will see you with the next one. Bye-bye.